Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. We gotta do what we gotta do, folks. Let's fight. A great evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight. We're fired up at this end, good folks, and we're ready to go. Are you folks? Are you folks ready to go? Do let us know if you're ready to go. Good to have all of you on the live. We're dotting the I's, we're crossing the T's, crossing the I's, dotting the T's. You know, we got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. We invite you folks. We beg your indulgence to share the live and to smash that emoji button, folks. Please and thank you. Y'all know how we do it wrong these parts. Y'all know by now how we do it wrong these parts. Great to have each and every one of you with us. Look how many of you all done tuned in already. Look how many of you already tuned in. We're sharing to all the valid and credible places. Only valid and credible places we're sharing to folks, and we hope that you guys do as well. Back to your Facebook pages, the profiles, the multiplicity of places you guys watch us from. Tag a friend, share it to WhatsApp. You know how you do it, folks. We can't do it like y'all. Marcia Ford, Ice Clear, Alexis Chamley, Richmond, Sandra Ford. Good to have all of you on the live tonight. Look how many of you. Look, story here. Good to have all of you. Joy Simpson, we see you there too. Abida Monroe, Quanamingo, Pamela Boston. We see each and every one of you, folks. We're happy. We are delighted. We are privileged that y'all are here with us. We are happy that y'all are here with we. Great to have all of you here. And if you all know our broadcast, you all know where we're going. We ended our program last night on this note. The PPP Bad John critics, Bad Boy, Bad John critics, the PPP Bad John critics, you all remember? We saw him all bloodied and bruised in a police confrontation. Well, a confrontation where police were present there just over the weekend. The young man who was involved in that confrontation with critics, he was interviewed today by veteran young journalist Travis Chase of HGP-TV Nightly News. Same Travis Chase. He was interviewed by Travis, folks. And that's the opener. That is the opener. We're going to have some thoughts for you folks on the other side.
We wanted to go to the cricket. So what happened, along the line, I said, we decided to go to Montrose because we want to check the bar. And they said that they're going to grab a few beers as well. But I said, I'm not going to be drinking. But they say, come on, let's go. So we went now. My cousin had a bucket of beer. And then we sat next to, like, we're in Montreal.
Right.
And while we were they were drinking and stuff. I didn't want to drink the beer what they buy for me. So then, like 5 minutes after we were in the bar, it was like Mr. Critics. He walked in. The bar was like a little bit of drunk. He got like 4 people with him, and he was dancing with a female girl, and they were like someone was doing a video in the club, and he went up to the person and says that that's not the way to video a person, and they got into a big scene, right? And he was like videoing back the people, and they were having a big something. So I feel to drink a beer, so I take a beer from the bucket, and I went to open it by the bar because I didn't have an opener to open the beer. So whilst coming back now, the incident that Mr. Critic had with the people escalated more. And when it escalated more, I was walking coming in, and then I see something coming towards me, and he hit me straight in the face.
Right.
So when he hit me straight in the face, now when I like clear out my vision, and I see Mr. Critic had a gun in his hand.
This gun was inside the club. This is while you were inside the club.
Yes, the gun was inside of the club. He hit me with the gun inside of the club. And when he hit me with the gun now, and I seen the gun, like he was holding the gun, like trying to, I said, oh, this is going to shoot us or something. Like, I look for my cousin and I see they stand up in the corner, right? And then I run to go outside. When I run to go outside, he taking me for somebody else. He run after me because I don't know why the hell he hit me with a gun. I didn't do this man nothing. I didn't never seen him from anywhere. And it can be clear that you could hit somebody with a gun just like that. Right? And he was high. I could tell on the face he got high. Right? So when he hit me with a gun, I just run downstairs. When I run downstairs out of Mantra, the beer that I have in my hand fell on the step. right? So the guard was watching me. The guard and Mantra was watching me when I was running down the stairs. So when I would run, he run behind of me. And then he snatched me with two guys downstairs. They snatched me and they threw me on the ground. They was kicking me up and stuff. And he pulled my chain out, put it in his pocket, right? And then one of the chain was out and he just causing them run downstairs. And it was like, you can't do this, man, this. And he was kicking me up, like trying to put me in the vehicle and stuff that like to I think he's gonna kidnap me that night. He beat me terribly. And then the police was like 3 houses away when he come in. Thank God for the police. If it wasn't for the police, I've been dead today. That's the fear that I got. I've been dead. And on top of that, critic beat me for somebody else, mistaking me for a wrong person. I was not the person he's supposed to beat up. I was not the person that he get into a fight with or argument or nothing. He just mistaken me for someone. The club was dark. Everybody was wearing a red collar shirt inside the place, and I have on a red shirt too. I don't know why he had to do this to a young person like me. I really think the combination of police and the prime minister and everybody else and should look into this thing, because for a guy to hit a guy with another gun in a club and then beat me brutally on the ground with everybody around him, and then he is like on the streets walking and doing his regular business, and I'm here with a lot of pain under my skin. I've been hospitalized for actually close to 24 hours. And this guy was just walking all over the place and stuff, you know.
So
And
let me ask you this, not to interrupt you, but while you were inside the club, did you see someone else hit Critic, chuck him, pull his shirt or anything?
No, I didn't. No.
So I'm trying to understand clearly what sparked the incident between you and him.
I didn't have an argument. Neither I didn't go next to him. Nothing. I was nowhere next to Critic. He caused a little incident with someone, right? Where my cousin
What was that incident? You can remember?
He was dancing with a girl, and some person was videoing him, and he was like, come up to the person, start pushing up them people. Yo, you can't video me. You can't take on my forging picture. That's what he said. He said the word forging, right? My forging picture, and harassing the girl. And the girl was with her husband. Now, we were standing up right next to them, but we were not like, that had nothing to do with us. So when I was coming back with the beer in my hand, I was coming back to go where my cousin is. So that has nothing to do with me and him, whatever. That's our beer.
Just passing, right?
Yeah, just passing by, and he just hit me with the gun. That's what I said. Mistake me for someone else, hit me with a gun, and then brutally beat me.
This mark on your face here, it looks pretty bad. Do you know how you got this mark?
Well, he hit me with the gun on his face, right? But I can't tell if this is his gun or what mark it is. But when I wake up, I know to my common sense that he hit me with a gun. Then I went on, when I run out to the place, they were stabbing me up, kicking me up and stuff with all kind of stuff.
Did anyone assault you with a belt?
No one did not assault me with a belt, but they were kicking me up and stuff. I was losing conscience. I wasn't keen attention what they were beating me up with, but I was losing conscience because I got hit on my lip. Right. I got beat up on my ears. Right? I got a lash on my face. You see this face?
Yes.
Like, you got a lash like this, you're gonna be totally unconscious. Right?
So I'm informed that somebody gave you a whooping with a belt.
Well, there were a couple of them beating me.
Right.
Right.
And that mark on your face might have been from a nautical belt. Somebody really assaulted you with a belt.
I don't know, because but what I know, he
have all the marks on your chest and
yeah, I got a mark straight here too on my chest, all over my body. They beat me brutally. He and I think two guys with a girl. They beat me brutally. They beat me.
Did you? What happened at the station?
The station, the police were great, right? But I can't understand why they lose Critic. For I nearly died. I nearly lost my life, and for something like that someone almost lost their life, they're supposed to be arrested and they were supposed to be arrested. I think the police need to do a little more better job. They do a great job, yes, but I think the commissioner of police and the president and everybody should look into Mr. Critic, because he can't do as he feel like to others outside. I'm just a regular guy going to a bar. He's like all hype up himself. Oh, we'll get this done. Like, but yesterday we went to the station afternoon. Oh, I'm gonna get this done. This is like 1, 2, 3. So for a guy like that who's been in the media, I think everybody should just let him go. He's not the type of guy should be on a social media platform doing things to people, because he's killing people. If it wasn't for that police that night, I've been lost my life, because they would have kidnapped me and carried me and brutal me. Nobody would have find me.
What happened at the station today?
The station today, they called me, said that I have to check in with them. Yeah, that's all she told me. I have to check in with them.
Okay, so that night of the beating, did you go to the station or did you go straight to hospital?
After the police now escort me to the station, I faint there. Like I was like almost a faint. So they picked me, they take me to the hospital. I was hospitalized like for almost 24 hours. I was in there.
And what did the doctors say to you that they found that happened, the bruises or so? What did they recommend, or did they say
They say
the diagnosis or so?
Yeah, they say that my ribs, from my body, right? They say that I have a lot of pain. I don't know if by the pulse that I have on my finger,
Right.
They say that I have a lot of pain. But they scanning my body to see if there is any leakage, because there's a bad body harm, like to my whole entire chest and body, right? And they say no, the X-ray, the MRI, whatever they do to me is good. Everything is good, normal. But it's just the bleeding from my nose and the pain that I get. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. That's some of what happened over the weekend that we were showing you. I know you can't even trust the doctors now. Because as we told you in this morning's program, the young lady went to a doctor. The doctor said the fetus not viable. The young lady is about to deliver her baby. So when the doctor said, better get a second opinion. You see, this is what happens when you got dysfunction in a country, dysfunction in a government, friends, family, and favorites. The young man said he don't know what altercation happened with critics and whoever, but blows started raining down on him. Critics wasn't arrested, he wasn't put on bail, nothing. Nothing at all. That's like the businessman of the East Coast we told you about. Folks, y'all could help us get out of this place. Y'all could help us to get out the wild, wild west, please and thank you. This is the wild, wild west. We tell y'all, anytime you come in this country, the wild, wild west. Everything gone down and going down. Gone down, going down. We got a lot to cover this evening, good folks. We get on the fight card. Y'all know Jack, you're running this country. Don't let me fool myself. It's a puppet presidency. Puppet presidency. If we got a lot of time on the hands. When was the last press conference? He never makes any big transformative announcements. If anything that they've done is transformative. Running around the place like a headless chicken. And this whole country that we got is madness about to turn. Confusion powder. So we talk about Irfan and some of his activities recently in the UK. Carnage on our road. Violence against women and girls. Continue. Let the teachers got a little announcement today. Don't even know how to take it. Because this government don't give nothing. Don't give nothing. I was made to understand as we talk about our teachers. Teachers Day is Friday. Teachers supposed to get a day of rest and relaxation, but teachers got to go and do some exam. Students, ministry put exam on the day for teachers. So there's not a government, an administration, a regime that has been kind to teachers. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. They have not been kind to our teachers. They have not. His friends, his family, his favorite. The folks in Linden still waiting since they had that freak storm last weekend. We told they're still waiting for relief. We showed you houses fall down, roofs missing, whole walls disappear. People die in streets. As the General Secretary of the People's National Congress Reform, recently elected Sharon Benjamin, is going to tell us in this piece.
General Secretary of the People's National Congress Reform, Sharon Benjamin, has described the government's response to the current disaster in Linden as inadequate. He was addressing a press conference in the party.
It is haphazard at best, and it is focused on providing jobs for the friends, family, and favorites of the People's Progressive Party's civic supporters. There need to be a proper needs assessment done, one which includes all stakeholders, such as the mayor and councillors of Linden, the regional administration of Region Number 10, and of course the residents, because they are affected.
A freak storm hit the mining community and caused significant damage.
We observed that more than 40 members and families were directly affected in Victory Valley, Blueberry Hill, First, Second, and Third Alley, Danju Hill, and Retrieve.
Benjamin said that homes were destroyed, the livestock lost, household items damaged, and there was a mudslide.
The government's relief distribution was not done in a fair and equitable way. And I want to issue a call to the government to ensure that whatever they do in respect of their flood relief effort, it should be done in a fair, unbiased, and equitable way so that all the affected members or residents in Linden can benefit from those relief items.
Yeah. I heard that call for fair and equitable. It's a good call, but we're not going to hold our breaths, are we? We're not going to hold our breaths. Vashti Magnot, Eva Mattis. I see Cherry is with us this evening. Cherry Jeffrey and Mark and Waveney Doris. Deborah Pearson is with us too. We're not going to hold our breath. I saw the vice chairman of Region 10, Mark, put out a video today. He was showing you a school at Hururu in Region 10, Mark Gorin, vice chairman of Region 10, Mark Gorin. You see, it's a lot of movements, but not a lot of progress. Right? Everyone's so busy till he's busy writing books now. Busy writing books. You think Irfan in the UK saw some photographs recently? You think it's official government business? No. When Irfan should be working hard for taxpayers in this country. Irfan sit down with you writers and so on, and he putting together a book and so on. Achieving Global Food Security is the title of the book. Achieving Global Food Security, the Caribbean Experience and Beyond. Hold on. We say we can make a search at Amazon. A little search at Amazon to see. Even on Amazon. Even on Amazon. And you could read this book, Achieving Global Food Security, if you got 59 US. You got 59 US. He said, it's just maybe a little $4 book. You know, a little $4 book. As I can skim through it on your behalf. 59. This book. What? If I never do nothing yet in this whole presidency, I think worth 59 US. 59 US. Achieving Global Food Security for Price. The Caribbean Experience and Beyond. Published by Oxford Press. 59. You know the things you could get 59 US, Andrew Griffith, Dolores Beaton, and Jelly Abrams, Princess Marigold, Carla Smith. You know the things you could get with 59 US? Naomi Drucker, you on the streets. The things you could get with 59 US. He think because he jump off some rooftop, land the ground. 59 US. Karen Fresco, Beatrice Selby said, not my 59 US. No way. Let's say, April girl, you can buy this book. When Hudson, Brenda Moore, Anthony Paris, like you can buy this book. Kurt Heidekan. Kurt said the book sung like a latrine special. I'd rather be y'all friends. Kurt said the book sung like a latrine special. Achieve, in case you're going looking for it, with your 59 US. I'd vex with y'all. You never send us 59 US. You can go. I put down my book just now, y'all hold on. I put down my book just now telling you about these trench crappos and jagabats. Things you ought to know and remember. Achieving global food security, the Caribbean experience and beyond. You know, I saw some commentary on this book. People feel it's a disservice because so many Guyanese go hungry. How we can be right now there telling the public how to achieve global food security? Right now, we're trying to achieve what 25 by 25. What's the food initiative in the region? That is faltering badly. What problems of the day has Irfan Ali solved in local food security? Isn't that last year line up for sugar in this country? Achieving global food security. He's an author. Y'all come for y'all, President. Y'all come for y'all, President. Achieving global food security. Please and thank you. And then he run back home now. Run back home. Say in Region 5. In Region 5, we're going to have a youth-based agricultural boost and a business center. You know it's election season, you know. This is like so emblematic of election season. So emblematic. You all don't see the other buffoon running for vice president in the US. He got a book too. He just launched his book season. J.D. Vance, he just launched a book too. It's book season. This is what they do in political campaigns. You gotta get a book to show like you know something. Me ain't got no book, but me would wrap rings around his Irfan. Even though me herself is not one we favorite. She'd wrap rings around he. So writing the book will make you a better person. And Irfan didn't write this book. We know the whole thing. 3 people in the back room smoking a cigarette. Put on some notes, throw it in GPT. And that was it. So, Irfan has announced recently, we announced in 4 years, initiatives to promote agriculture among young people in Region 5 as part of the Youth in Agriculture program. How's the program going? That's the same thing that Starbuck News editorial spoke about this morning. You see these things launched, but they never give you a situation report to tell you how it's going. So a string of initiatives. They didn't name any. They said something to do with construction of a business, innovation center. They don't know what they're doing. I thought some of these things might have come out of a youth policy in a very structured way, but I don't like structure either. You know, our young people are watching us. And those of you who have young people in your church, you all want to guide them rightly to avoid these rascals and rascality. Rascals and rascality. All that they're doing 4 years and now running to do. Now running to do. But we're watching them. So that's one of the things we saw, folks. on the heels of this book being published. That's one of the things we saw. Another thing we're looking at too, a lot of announcements since this book published. Like we're gonna let you publish a couple other books. Governance by publishing books. You know, I think it was a famed management thinker, Peter Drucker, one of my favorites, a giant in the field, you know, who coined the phrase management by walkabout. Is management here, governance by publishing books. So he's now published, he's now articulating plans for agricultural hubs. They want to boost egg and chicken production. You see? You see, because the Guyana Manufacturing, the Guyana Marketing Corporation fraud and scandal skinned them up. They can't go down that way anymore. So you know what? We got to stop smuggle chicken. We got to stop actually smuggle eggs. And we actually got to start producing the thing. I write a book, you see? I write a book. Y'all can't be smuggling. Y'all can't be smuggling anymore. I wrote a book on global food security. Zulfi, cute Zulfi. I wrote a book on global food security. I'm a hotter now. I'm a hotter. So they're now going to establish major, according to them, what are they doing in 4 years? You're too busy writing book. Major agricultural facilities in each administrative region, Region 11, watch out for y'all, Lord, to enhance local egg and chicken production. What have these people done? What have these people done in 4 years? Now they're coming major facilities in election years and in election year, where you're supposed to be throttling down because you're not supposed to be, by custom, doing any wanton spending and so on unnecessarily to saddle the next government with your failed projects and your nonsense. But no. Major facilities in each of the administrative regions. And watch where they start. Y'all look where they start the initiatives. Right? Look where they start the initiatives first. And you'll see it's the same old PPP. I remember under the Granger initiative, Cambridge often talks about it. The 5 Ps, the 7 Ps. Hear them boys now talking about production of poultry. I think that's how the P. Prawns, that sounds familiar to me. Peas, that sounds familiar to me. It's not a Granger initiative to do this. It's not the Granger initiative, the disguising there, folks. It's not the disguising there. But I say to you folks, y'all be wary of them. Y'all be wary of them. They're the bastions of fraud, bastions of failed projects, from the fiber optic cable to the skeleton modernization project. Y'all know the whole thing. Y'all know the whole story. Bastions of failed projects. They should have instituted some, what do you call it? Whether it was solar, whether it was your ICT hubs. They went to supposed to have instituted a solar project for one. He ended up thieving out half the money. Half the money. You don't believe me? David Patterson know the whole thing. Alliance for Change chairman, David Patterson, he know the whole thing.
Member of Parliament David Patterson, in response to a question at the recent press conference, said that the coalition actually began an investigation into the fake company that collected money and failed to deliver solar panels to Guyana.
When we got this information, first line of questioning we did is ask the GEA to contact the company to find out where is these equipment. They had no success. We then asked the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to contact the government of Italy in the Red Bean, that's what we do, to find out what is the position with this company?
He said the discourse of investigation led to the discovery that there were two companies. One of these two was genuine, Patterson said.
So we then said, fair enough, we sent it to Auditor General and we sent it to SOCU. Obviously, that's not my there were I must say rumors and allegations, which I won't repeat. We're very litigious here. So, but should the Vice President want to challenge me, I could sit down and to repeat it. I probably
He said
would.
that there were reports of who owned the bogus company. He said that the investigation was ongoing for 3 years.
At the end of the third year, this 300 sets were panels out of the amount of things. You're supposed to get batteries, you're supposed to get inverters, you're supposed to get cables, the smart switching system, all that came with the 300 panels out of the 1425 panels.
He said that the investigation was ongoing, but he sought permission from the Office of the President to use the 300 panels. He said that the era wasn't conducive to proper investigation. He spoke of the refusal of the Chinese company that bought Ghana's 20% share in GT&T and refused to pay the remaining $5 million. This man challenged the coalition to go to arbitration and pay more than $5 million to get that money. Patsu said that it would seem that the Chinese businessman paid the $5 million to someone in the PPP government. Member of Parliament.
That's some of what we're following. Apologies there for the audio. Some of what we're following. You don't think it is in this place for them? Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, and they want to come and lecture you about good governance. Come and lecture you about good governance. You could imagine the amount of mess you'd have to clean up when you take over next year. But I pray we do it differently this time. We got one eye on the cleanup and then focus on moving this country in the right direction. That's what we got to do. Move the country in the right direction. Let's take you to some other things we're following. Good folks, some other things we're following. Carnage on the roads, if we've said to you. Carnage on the roads and the waterways like you never seen it in this country. Carnage, folks. Carnage. So carnage. Salima Harilal, mother of two from Good Hope on the East Coast, died on Monday from injury she sustained Sunday morning in an accident at Leborn Intention, LBI on railway embankment. They're telling us the crash occurred when an SUV driven by Marshal Ali Kopp, a relative of a senior government official, collided with the minivan driven by her husband, Prakash Harilal, pitching their vehicle, they said, into a concrete culvert. Prakash recounted that the speeding SUV struck their vehicle at the intersection, causing it to spin out of control. Both occupants were rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital by bystanders, but Salima succumbed to her injuries on Monday. Yep. Well, if little critics, he's not family of a government official by blood, and he got so much power. Where do you think this story going? Where you think this story going? Who got money in this country got bargain? Smash that emoji button for us good folks. Who got money got bargain? Our thoughts and prayers with the Harilal family on the passing of Salima Harilal, mother and wife. Gone too soon. You end up in the wrong hand in this country. Can't teach you then, you know. Whether Justice Irfan Ali, Barjagdio, your conscience of body all in the night come. Whether justice in this fair land of ours. Whether justice. And while we're dealing with that, folks, Leon Smith, a motorcyclist, right? Or rather, let me hold back on that name. A motorcyclist, let me put it that way. A motorcyclist died after a crash with a motor car at Windsor Forest. All this is 72 hours, you know. The car made a sudden U-turn, they tell us. A sudden U-turn after being stationary, colliding with a motorcycle, which was traveling at a high speed. So the rider, who was not wearing a helmet, sustained severe injuries and was transported to the West Damara Regional Hospital before being transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital. Carnage. 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 Carnage, folks, on our road and waterways, and we're supposed to got some master plan, national plan on how we're tackling this on the roadways. Y'all remember that? What have happened to that? Since December, your fund promised us. We have a national conversation on road safety. Well, we're in a holding pattern. Good folks, we're in a holding pattern. I did say these are the maladies. You see, these are the vices in a society like ours that beset us. Carnage on our roads and waterways. Then you got violence now against women and girls. So, young man lost his life on the roadway. Young woman lost her life on the roadway. And then we're told about a gentleman, like he got too much liberty, too much energy. Security guard remanded Amit Jawahir for assaulting his wife. I'm happy. Remanded to prison. He tried to assault Jyoti Jawahir, knocking her off her electric bike with his motorcycle and then physically attacking her. Jesus of mercy. My spine shake. What beast is this here? What could Jyoti have done to him? Even if, let's say Jyoti had somebody else. Many have gone before Jyoti and many will follow. Many have gone, many will follow. I hope they keep it for a little while. I hope they keep it for a little while. These are the things we have to take so seriously as a society. So seriously. Of course, Jyoti suffered injuries from being hit by the motorcycle, punched, pelted with a brick. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Critics, it's like he's finding the wrong people. If he's a fighter, like he's finding the wrong people. Pelted with a brick. And they're telling us that despite multiple attempts to apprehend Amit, he was only arrested a month later. A month later. And you're going to understand why I say at the end of the program, a good night to all, except a particular fellow. A good night to all, except you saw a businessman, cuss up a police, box a police. They even put you on bail. He just walk out the station. A month to arrest Amit. People get firearm. And like that is something so grand. They gotta brandish it at every turn. Beating people with a gun. Wild West. No charges. It's just another day in Guyana. You can get a call from Pradoville Tree. Right. Don't touch him. Let him go. I can talk to you. And then they come and tell me it was unnecessary. It should never have happened. Life goes on. You could box a police now, you could bite a police. Never do a day in a station. I sat for hours at CID because a man alleged I call him a trench capona jacket. I ain't boxy. I ain't bite the hand. He didn't even watch the program. He said somebody called him and told him. I call he. a jagabat and a trench crapper. He said he didn't know what the words meant, but he was offended. Stranger than fiction. He said he did not know what either of the words meant, but he was offended nonetheless by it. I was hours on a bench, close, I think, to $300,000 bail. You could box the police, bite the police, and because you know drug deal, you're gone bail free. Never see a day a jail, much less a prison. That's the wickedness in this whole system we got called Guyana. But I hope they keep it for a little while. I hope they keep it for a little while. Took them 1 month. 1 month to apprehend a security guard. Imagine if we got some hardcore criminals. 10 years all running, they wouldn't find some of them. 10 years running, they wouldn't find some of them. Well, here comes this sweetener now. Because the government got a backlash, the teachers' union got a backlash for the way in which the negotiations went, the sudden turn of the negotiations. They got a backlash. So now they're telling us this month, not education month. No. It's an upside down country. This month, they're going to pay out over $2 billion to teachers. 15,000 teachers will benefit. You can do the math. And remember, all not getting the same amount based on the scale. They get 10%, but 10% of $10 is different from 10% of $100,000. $2 billion. This month they say, oh, you know it's election time. You know it's election time. So the 10% coming. It's a one-off though. We're coming from this $2 billion here. It's a one-off. It's not a consistent off. It's a one-off. That's what they're saying. Right? Of course, you should know this agreement that was signed by the Guyana Teachers Union president and the government of Guyana. They got a sliding scale. This year, I think it's 10%. And then you got a 8%. And then you got a 9%. Yeah. Stranger than fiction. Stranger than fiction. So we're looking out for that. We're happy for our teachers. They deserve every penny of it. Our teachers deserve every penny. You know, should be more. You split up 15,000 persons by $2 billion. Right? You can't get nothing proper there. You can't know courts and depend on that. You ain't getting nothing proper. But of course, the government don't miss a beat to talk about all that they're doing for teachers and they can sing this tune here now till election come. Oh, we'll give the teachers a $2 billion one-off. You remember that? From now till election come. Right? We saw them digging up a road, for instance. Oh, they're doing these great rehabilitation work. A little cap in Roxanne Burnham. A little cap. We show you all how it begun. We show you all how it started. Right? And you're going to be right here. You wonderful folks. You're going to be right here when we show you all how it going. So stick around. Stick around. A little back street. They put a little cap of asphalt. A little back street run by where the bishop living. Right? The honor is between there and Amelia's Ward, I'm told. Right? Looking for big holes. Who don't know? So close by we live. I'm gonna drive your car proper. Right? You want them big holes bending up Prado ribbon so what? Huh? That's what you want for the bishop? Them big holes bending up the Prado rib and so forth. No. So he fixed his road. Oh no. 76 million. We show y'all how it start. And according to the DPI, he was on hand, praised the enhancements, and noticed the plans for further works. Further works. And that road, you got some sharp speed bumps. Speed bumps high. If you don't have the proper vehicle, you could left stickling on a speed bump, balancing like a scale on a speed bump like that. And that's part of the improvements, you see, right? Part of the technology. You can weigh a vehicle one time like that. But we can watch it. We're gonna watch it, folks. We show you how it starts. Right? We show you how it starts, and we're gonna show you how it's going as well, folks. As we wrap up, let's show you some of the other things quickly that we're covering, folks. As we wrap up, we know you got places to go and things to do. As we wrap up, folks, Rotaract, they tell us, has launched a mobile library. This is in the national park to promote literacy. Fantastic idea. Y'all don't thief out the people book, you know. God damn it. Don't thief out the people book. Shucks. I never see a destructive element. Look, one of the things I judge establishments by is the washroom. You know, when you travel, you got the privilege of traveling some country. You go to the airport. I like to take a look at the washroom. You know, it's where you don't see big fancy lights and so on outside the cars that's glistening. How the bathroom? I made the mistake of going in the national park washroom the other day. My God. Humans don't use it. It can be animals. You could go in washrooms every other part of the world, and you see everything intact. Sink, toilet, this, the. No, Guyana. Bowl always break up. Toilet seat crack up. Tank missing. Right. And this, I didn't even bother video the thing to try to embarrass them. I think they're too far gone. I think they're too far gone now to be embarrassed. It's a big activity happening there. I think the scouts had something there, and you know, folks like me trying to exercise and you know, try to keep looking handsome and fit and so forth. But the washrooms, my God, we gotta watch that. We gotta watch it. We get to be like a filthy people, you know. Filthy people. We gotta watch that. I was with some Caribbean parliamentarians. I was so ashamed by what transpired. We had some Commonwealth parliamentarians with us quite recently, and we took them to a couple of sites in the Essequibo River, some of the forts and so on. Took them all the way to Bartica. You know, it was in the middle of Heritage Month. They had we took them to Agatash, had lunch in the indigenous community there. When we got off this telling, true story, I ain't embellishing it. When we got off this telling in Bartica, there's a little inlet. When we got onto the telling, there's a little inlet. If you see plastic containers in this little inlet floating up, thousands of plastic containers. One of the speakers from one of the countries in the region was next to me. Right? She wasn't talking to me. She was talking to another colleague, but she was talking loud enough that I heard. She said, "Oh my God, they didn't prepare for us." I have never felt more embarrassed in my life. The PPP controlling town council in Bartica, the PPP, Gifford Marshall on the wildest day. But I never get a place looking like that. In his most craziest day, he would never get a place look like. I was so embarrassed. You know, as we guy, he say, if the ground could open up and swallow me. She said, "Oh my God. They didn't prepare for us." Thank you, PPP. Thank you. If you see bottles, what them best and all them big wigs in Bartica doing, besides thieving up the money? Contracts to family, friends, and favorites, but not them being fixed. Valerie was so embarrassed. Diana was so embarrassed. I can't remember which country the woman was from. I was so traumatized. I felt like just plunging in there and pick up everything myself. Oh, all this cleaning and doing bow to stern, they're missing that. That couldn't be. I hope. Then tell me, oh, it's a coalition left that we clean it. With all this cleaning back and forth, they missed the spot. I was supremely embarrassed. The bells. Where the bells and the all them big wicks. All them people that own Bartica, getting all the big contracts. Soon just step off the stelling, the garbage was right there. Let's, oh my God, they didn't prepare for us. Thanks, Irfan. You're the writing book. The book are going to join all the garbage in the gutter, in the inlet. It's garbage too. You're the writing book, wasting people time. So that's happening there. And for those of you who can't take the garbage, y'all could fly away. Caribbean Airlines expanding now flights to Martinique and Guadeloupe. I can't afford it, but just the thought of being in another place, away from all the garbage and miasma. Say what you will. Coalition had this place in tip-top shape. People took pride in their surroundings. Oh, vex, I say it. I like Mr. Granger. Not because y'all hate he, I can join the bandwagon. I love Mr. Granger. Flap all y'all who hate he. This place was in tip-top shape. No leader don't do everything right. He didn't do everything right. He didn't do everything right. You think you could ever catch Granger lock and chucking nonsense? Foolishness? Every day in the city, people cutting grass, picking up garbage. What nonsense y'all telling us in this damn place? Barton could ever looking like that? Mr. Granger had a vision for Barton, the first green tongue in this damn place. Holds at the bottle sky high. Embarrassing Guyanese. Another place you went to end the damn program and go up for business. One of them forts. The grass. You can see them cut the grass in a little bit. You could see them cut the grass in a little bit. The speaker from St. Kitts. Again, the lady didn't talk to me because of course she wouldn't talk to Guyanese. But I could hear her remarking to her colleague. She said, if you see what we have done with our fort, and she called the name of the fort. If you see what we have done with our... One line she said, I could see the thing myself. I could see the damn thing myself. Embarrassing me out here. Right? I was so embarrassed. God of mercy. I ain't talking nothing else in the program. I get into emotional. The people wanted to use a washroom. A washroom. None on that site of the fort. Right? Fair enough. They got a health center between the selling and the fort, whatever it is, Sky Cove Route, whatever it is. Right? A health center. If you see the health center, they were those break up. Right? We got now to beg the guard for the late. These are speakers and clerks from national assemblies around the region. Right? The place hot as hell. The toilet filthy. No running water. If you see beetles and cockles, like the cabinet, this cabinet in this country, that was another the second most embarrassing moment in the whole thing. You should see the lady's reaction. It's just that they had to go. And that's why the lady made a comment. Listen, you should see what we have done with our fort. And I could understand. Right? I could understand. And they're telling me they're bringing back tourism. We ready for tourism? You knew you were taking those people to the... Look, let's stop talking this story. Let's step down to opposition in opposition in Trinidad protesting the budget. The budget ain't ready yet. They're protesting. Proactive. They don't know nonsense coming from Rowley. Or the perceived foolishness coming down the pipeline. They're done protesting. Done protesting. And then in finally, folks, in Brazil, they got two extremes of this heat we're facing here. Two extreme. Rising sea levels in some places. Right? Woman had a fantastic villa on the seaside. Oh, let's go now. Watch, just take it over. She in the water is one now. She ain't gonna go outside to swim. She'll still stay right in her living room. And then in some other places, they're showing you whole lakes drying up. These are the times we're living in. Then you got a crossing government like this here. Those were the two horrible experiences I had, you know, with our foreign dignitaries. You should see the look on those ladies' face. Right? They thought they were in the middle of the Amazon. A stone throw from the national capital. You can't get a proper functioning toilet. At a port that you carrying visitors to see. Soon as we bust Bartica by the selling, if you see plastic bottles, I was so ashamed. I was immensely ashamed. I think I got the video too. Yeah, I think I like We're gonna leave it here tonight, folks. We are gonna leave it here. All the nonsense we're seeing happening. Businessman boxing police, critics, gun butting people, beating up people. No consequences. We are setting a dangerous precedent. The commissioner of police acting, supposed to be a man of faith. We are setting a dangerous precedent. And when we see our young people now start following suit and do whatever they want to do, we won't get vexed. The good book tells us, Commissioner of Police, in the absence of leadership, Irfan Ali, every man did what was right in his own eyes. And that's what we're seeing in this country. Where the contractor class, the lower class, the middle class, the upper class, in the absence of leadership, every man did what was right in his own eyes. In his own eyes. Irfan, I will repeat, could have been a good installed president. But he had Jack Joe leading him down all kinds of roads of miasma. What we can say? 4 years ago, Apnu didn't run a pipe by a health center, and y'all come and y'all know everything. Y'all know the whole thing. 4 years ago, Apnu didn't clean the drain by Bartica, y'all got the whole town council. What's the excuse now? What's the excuse now? Right? That's why I'm so upset sometimes with people middle of the road sitting on the fence. They want to say nothing. They want to get the PP vex. And then they got some that allowing the PP to court them. Allowing the PP to court them. Folks, when I'm done with the AFC, I'm done with politics and this side I out. Completely. I hope that day is not soon. I out. Think I'd ever want to come and shame you all, say I never did these crosses here? I didn't even want to give you all the slightest impression ever in my whole life. The life of my family, my children. They'd ever done red and they're cozying up with these crosses. They fix anything in this country for 5 years. You building big road. You even have a proper working toilet around the car and people fetching water in bucket by the airport. What nonsense y'all telling us in this place here? And y'all want to tell us about leadership and good governance? That's going to do it for us at this end. That's going to do it for us at this end. Good folks. Instead of corruptionism, I think Neiman said it best. You deal with a man like Ramson, emblematic of this whole government. Look what they did to this fella. Ivor Tom. It's bite the bite Ivor Tom, you know. It's box the box Ivor. And they're saying, you know what? You must accept it and you must like it and thank we too. That is what they've done. They take all your dignity. strip you of your creativity, yeah? Rape you of your motivation. When you left, oh, you're even better than a cab horse. You're even better than a cab horse. Shadow for the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture says Ramsey must go untenable, he should say. But just like how critic can go in, just like how the businessman who backs the policeman and go in, just like how the lady who bite the policeman, they went nowhere. Ramsey and going no place neither.
The People's National Congress reform is insisting that Minister Charles Ramsden isn't fit to hold public office. Member of Parliament Nima Flubes was commenting on Ramsden's comments in reaction to head of the Borough School of Art, Ivor Thom. Ramsden was said to have directed racist statements to Thom following an incident that had nothing to do with the school.
The recent conduct by Minister Charles Ramsden in the Ivor Thom incident is not a one-off event. This is yet another display of arrogance, racial bias, and incompetence of the minister. Minister Ramsden verbally abused and insulted Mr. Thom and showed no interest in his explanation of the situation. This points to the minister's immaturity, his unsuitability for the job he holds, and the collective arrogant and racist mentality of the PPP elite. The arrogance and incompetence of Minister Ramsden have been on display in other instances and areas.
She blamed the minister for the Guyana Olympic Association and Sports Commission declining to recognize the Swimming Association.
This association was not in charge of the recently held Learn to Swim program. Rather, a swimming coach not FINA certified was handpicked by the minister to run the swimming program. He called an impromptu meeting where he alone spoke to let the people know it is his way or they can go.
Ms. Flubes pointed to the sidelining of local entertainers. She said that he also publicly stated that there is an absence of black role models.
Let us also mention the large number of incomplete projects under his watch, such as the tracks in Region 10, 6, and 2, and all the dug-up grounds that are left incomplete for long periods, and the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall we awaited finish. Minister Charles Ramsden should demit office. He is proven to be unfit to hold any such national responsibilities.
Yeah, there's where we're leaving it, folks. That was the closer. Thanks for being us. Thanks for being here with us this evening. Boil your blood sometime with the foolishness. And then some we dilly-dallying, shilly-shallying with them. It makes it even worse. Makes it damn. That was the closer, folks. Thank you, Damon Flubes, for that. But there you gotta go. It's untenable. That he says. Go ahead and have a fantastic rest of the evening, folks. That's our time this evening, and that's our program. Stay safe. Stay safe, folks.